Summarizing, March 14th. Today is a very hot day, so we will see how well I can edit out the sound of the fan. March 14th is 11 minutes long. It is another What She Ate in a Day on Jenny Craig. We have a very interesting thumbnail here. Looks so very much like a theater clickbait in spite of being on a diet video. No cold sore appears to be on her lip, so the timeline is in question. Interesting how she claims to be filming every day, yet only posts every other day. Very obvious stretching out her material. She even says it's day 2, and she posted day 1 2 days ago. She opens with a joke about her shirt, because she overthinks everything, she says. Anyway, her recharge bar first. After her 14-hour fasting, she has a bite on camera, of course. There is another still picture of the car part scale readout instead of an actual weigh-in. And she talks about how robotic she felt last night, though for us it was 2 days ago. But she's getting right back on track. She is not here to fail or to be perfect. She's here to do better each day. She says for a while she was gaining weight every day, some days as much as 3 pounds. So staying the same weight is actually a triumph. She's sure if she stayed on plan, she would have shown a loss. Anyway, breakfast. It is 1% milk, she loves milk, an apple, which tastes like candy again, and a Jenny Craig egg sandwich. And eating on camera, of course. She feels great. There is no physical hunger. Lunchtime, she made some green beans with tapatio and pepper and minced onion and garlic salt, and a Jenny Craig pepperoni pizza, complete with taste test, of course. She usually eats pizza with a fork, she says, but she'll use her hands today. Okay. She likes the Jenny Craig pizza. Next, we're on the couch. She's telling us about her Jenny Craig menu. Her meals are planned for her, except the fruits and veggies which you supply yourself. But if you try something and don't like it, you cross it off your menu and you won't get it again. We then get a really long flashback about the oatmeal. And then she says once the camera was off, she didn't like the oatmeal anymore. She can't do oatmeal. There's just something about oatmeal she doesn't like. The first few bites were okay, and then she felt like gagging. So she's color-coding her menu. Stuff she likes is in pink, and stuff she wants to dump is in yellow. So far, just the oatmeal is in yellow. Anyway, next meal, or snack, I guess. A banana, more 1% milk in a wine glass this time, and Jenny Craig cheese curls. She eats the banana and the cheese curls on camera, while saying that the lack of food is affecting her brain. So, this amount of food is a lack of food to her. Wow. The cheese curls are okay, she says after eating junk food for so long. Her taste buds have to get used to the new ropes. That means she isn't actually a huge fan of the cheese curls because they do not taste like the junk she is used to. But she doesn't want to say that. So, the Jenny Craig cheese curls are 8 out of 10, while of course a Cheeto is 10 out of 10. Still hoping for a Jenny Craig sponsorship in spite of your constant quitting, Ms. Reed? Her last meal is kinda random, she says. It's a snack plate of almonds, chicken slice, string cheese, and a dinner plate of green beans with the same additions, and a chicken burrito, which I assume is Jenny Craig. Taste tested on camera. It reminds her of Tex-Mex, she says. This is also what she's eating in her thumbnail. She also drops the camera again. Did she lose track of her tripod? She calls herself the Queen of Green Beans. She has about an hour before bed, I guess, during which she hopes she won't eat anything. But she can have carrot sticks or something if she gets super hungry. Why is she always hoping to control her own behavior? In other news, we have a Becky sighting. Someone on a Facebook group, I guess. Kiwi Farms got a hold of it. Ms. Becky has a new haircut, very butch, very cute, and it looks like she might have lost weight. Interesting. Summarizing, March 16th. Still on that super hot day. I tend to do these in groups of 3. It is day 3 of Jenny Craig. Or is it? Yes, that's the name of this almost 6 minutes long video. It opens with a talk about the long rain and how peaceful it is. Mentions being snowed in for about a week. There's heart earrings and a red bow, lots of red actually. Can't see a sore on her lip. She eats the recharge bar, says she has actual physical hunger, but it feels good. She eats the bar while talking about a stack of clothes visible in the hall. What are those clothes stacked on top of, though? There's another still shot of the car parts scale readout, no actual weigh-in. In the next scene, she is on pillows on the couch. She's lying down, looking up at her camera, saying she's struggling and wants to order food. Says today is a Sunday, and she kinda wants to start over on a Monday. She wants a big bowl of pasta, then says that even if she fails more than she succeeds, she'll just be talking about what she's eating and talking about her weight because it holds her accountable, her words. She then gives a shout out to her lipstick and then does a freeze frame on her kissy face at herself. Seriously, look where her eyes are. She's looking at herself in the viewfinder again in this freeze frame. And she does a voiceover saying she got the greatest news she could ever wish for. Something she's wanted for so long. She isn't ready to talk about it, of course, but will someday. Always someday. She'll keep it to herself for now, but talk about it someday. So really, I think it's just another form of clickbait. Keep watching, people, or you'll miss when I talk about this. She did not finish filming that day, she says. She had a roller coaster of emotion. A lot of her past was dug up, but she's okay. She just doesn't want to talk about it yet, but will someday, so keep watching. But she is beyond happy, and Jenny Craig was Jenny Bye-Bye that day because something better came along. She'll see us in her next video, which, as we know, was not posted until March 21st. So a Kiwi farmer made a tombstone with Becky's words about donating food, because Becky was right and Amber quit yet again. Meanwhile, we got some social media and Kiwi Farm detectiveness to talk about. Since Ms. Reed talked about weather, the Kiwi farmers dug up some weather reports. And between the weather and her heart earrings and all of the red, some think she might have recorded this as early as mid-February, perhaps Valentine's Day. Kiwi Farms also found items for sale posted in February. When did Ms. Reed post that arrogant TikTok of strutting out of that empty room in that leatherish jacket? Of course, when questioned on social media, Ms. Reed says she is just decluttering. And true, the items being sold are cheap. If Ms. Reed actually needed money, she has those Bath & Body Works candles, those Kardashian perfumes, but she's not going to sell anything that she actually cares about. So I do believe this is decluttering and trying to get more money for yet more shopping. As another Kiwi farmer said, Amber has a shopping addiction too. When questioned about selling her books, Ms. Reed has many excuses. She won't use a Kindle because she likes having the actual book. But oh, she could not possibly get them from the library. She could never use the library because her OCD got worse. This is the same girl who touches everything in Walmart, and she thinks books she buys were only touched by her? No, this is all just another excuse to buy stuff. In this case, to buy more books. She buys them, and then she gets rid of them. It's great if she can get money for them, but she buys them and gets rid of them so that she can buy yet more. Buy. Some of those used books she was selling, they even look like library books. See the sticker on the bottom of their spines? Those are library stickers in my experience. She's just a shopping addict, making excuses for it, and she sees no reason to stop. Her spending money and buy yet more is going to last for as long as she has money to spend. Oh, and looky here, a new accusation to throw against anyone who thinks Ms. Reed is bedbound. She rarely moves, so it would seem that this is a simple statement of fact. Don't you love how simple statements are now some sort of ism? Before long, simply saying 2 + 2 = 4 will be some sort of discrimination. Oh yeah, also Ms. Reed had ice cream, which is gonna be important come March 21st. Summarizing March 21st. We have heard nothing about her oh-so-wonderful news she mentioned last video. The news that was so wonderful she quit Jenny Craig. But here she is again saying, it's another 100 days of calorie counting and weight loss. Oh boy! It's 10 minutes long. It looks like she changed her camera angle and possibly the decor behind her. Got sick of people wondering if those clothes were piled on a Scooty Puff's handlebars, did we? Anyway, Ms. Reed is so excited. Today is day 0 of a new challenge. Day 0 means she's starting tomorrow. And she is introducing herself, saying her own name and everything, giving us background of how she's been on a weight loss journey since 11 years old, gaining and losing the same 100 pounds, still saying her highest was 572.4, and that now she's about 550. And she's feeling miserable, horrible, disgusting, ashamed, embarrassed. Is she trying to do some sort of audition video again? Or does she have a whole bunch of new viewers to get to feel sorry for her? She's said all this before. Several times. She'll say all the right things, so it sounds like she finally gets it, and then she quits. It does look like there's a hint of a cold sore on her upper lip, though. So are we catching up to actual real time here? Anyway, Ms. Reed says she's still trying to figure all this out, even though before she has famously said she knows what works for her. I guess she doesn't know what works for her anymore. And then Ms. Reed uses some very passive language regarding her mental health issues she suffers from. Things that are preventing her from having success. It's not her fault. And it's not her responsibility. She suffers. She's a victim of her mentals. We're back to a new Curvy Calories series, and she knows she's done it before, but there's something different inside of her this time. Again. I also remember a video back at the boys' house where she said she doesn't need accountability from her viewers because she was accountable within herself and she had never had that before. Are we seeing a similar thing here? She says she's more desperate now to save her life, mentions the cancer, the full hysterectomy just a few months later. She thought that was her rock bottom, but it wasn't. Her words. Or, again her words, maybe it was and she just doesn't know it yet. Because it takes a while to hit rock bottom. These are all her words here. She's been through so much and is so tired of the mindset, or mind frame, as she likes to put it, of asking what else can go wrong next and wants to ask herself how can she make her life better. So here we are at another 100 days of Curvy Calories, where for 100 days she will come on here where she'll show her weight and talk about her journey. Oh, but this does not mean she'll be posting daily. Oh, no. She says she doesn't know how many episodes there will be. Episodes, her words. Because some videos might just be one day, while others might be a whole week's worth. So she's gonna record daily, but not post. Even if she fails, and she says she fails at everything, and she feels she's fighting with herself, a constant chore. Anyway, her diet this time is calorie counting, again. And since apparently Ms. Reed has a body that breaks all the laws of thermodynamics, she cannot lose weight on 3,500 calories a day. 3,500. Perhaps she needs that TDEE scale that goes below sedentary that a Kiwi farmer found. So Ms. Reed says she's going to 1800, though it takes her forever to say that. She's also ignoring all of her apps and is going to write her counts down on pen and paper. And she knows she's gonna be overwhelmed and want to order all the takeout because everything in light causes her to binge. Her words, everything in light causes her to binge. She admits that every pound she gains is a step closer to her grave. She's doing this for her health. She doesn't want to die and leave Becky and the kitties and Twinkie and her mom behind. She wants to learn to cope without food, to treat food as energy and not as something to live for. And while she is correct about all this, we've heard it before. She is saying all the right things. She sounds like she finally gets it again. Eat to live, don't live to eat. But there's a moment at the end where she says she's going to focus on one thing, her. And that is essentially the problem. Her focus is so much on herself. Focusing on herself always leads to her desires, not her actual needs. Every time she talks about her mentals, it's as an excuse to avoid changing and being accountable. And since I'm summarizing for this from the future, we already know how this 100-day challenge ends, with focusing on her, following her bliss.